So les phrases négatives. So generally ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ verb ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਨਾ je vais aller à l'école, je vais à l'école. So how we make a negative sentence out of that is that we just take the verb, we write ne pas before and after that. Je ne vais pas à l'école. And rest is the same. And it works really well for simple présent, okay, l'imperative, l'imparfait. But when it comes to passé composé, the one that we did with avoir, j'ai mangé, okay. So in that, we will write ne and pas before the auxiliary avoir. So is je n'ai pas mangé. And then we have also done that. We have combinations of ne pas, ne plus, ne rien, ne jamais, and ne personne. So first four are used for the things, pour les choses. First four, but they have different contextual meaning. But the last one is used pour les gens. For people. So I will give an example. If I say je ne fume pas, that simply means I don't smoke. If I say je ne fume plus, it means that I used to smoke, but not anymore. If I say je ne je vais rien manger, so je ne vais rien manger. So it means I will eat nothing. Question. So that's rien. And if I say je ne fume jamais, that's I never smoke. Je ne fume jamais. So that's imperfect. So l'imparfait, that's in the passé. So I never smoked. So that's see, so all are no, no, no. But so this is simple no. This is I used to do it, but not anymore. So this one is never, and this one is nothing. And second one is last one is for the person. So est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un? So if let's say you want to know if there's somebody inside, so you can say est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un? So you can say non, il y a personne. Il y a personne. So it just means there is nobody. So just these four. And so you have to just look at the placement. So we have made simple sentences with verbs, and then we have done passé composé as well. So what you will see is you have to figure it out. Is the negation placed in a good manner? And you have to choose a good sentence where the negation is placed well. So that's the exercise. Okay. So let's just try that with examples, and then perhaps if there's something, I'll let you know. It's already Thursday, guys. Yoo-hoo! Déjà, j'ai dit, le temps passe vite, hein? Time flies. J'ai mangé. C'est j'ai mangé. OK? Et, OK, bonne chance. Très bien. Je ne vais pas au parc. Mais lorsqu'on parle, on va dire je vais pas au parc. Mais lorsqu'on écrit, je ne vais pas au parc. Très bien. So the question was, est-ce que vous parlez allemand? Do you speak German? So non, je ne parle pas allemand. Très bien. Bel choix.
मैं तो गलती ਨਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਰੈਡੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਸੀ
ਓਕੇ très bien ਇਹ ਥੋੜਾ ਟ੍ਰਿਕੀ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨਾ ਦ ਲਾ ਉਹ ਦ ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀਤੇ ਹੋਏ ਨਾ ਸੋ negation when we are doing negation तो ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦ ਲਾ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਦਿਊ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਦ ਬਣ ਜੂਗਾ je ne nous ne faisons pas de natation. That's a rule that you have to cram. Très bien. Et कितनी प्रॉब्लम आ रही है नेटवर्क की
ਟਾਈਮ ਆਊਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਗੇਮ ਪਿਨ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਭਰਨਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ
चल चल कोई चक्कर नहीं so nous ne partons pas in Italie très bien belle choix donc c'était la bonne chose so est-ce que we use that to ask a question est-ce que vous partez and in Italie cet été so generally the name of the village so we ask by en Italie en Italie preposition a so a is a preposition and a is also a pronoun so we use also a as a pronoun complement and also as a preposition so it means in English but it's used both ways in French. So good response is la deuxième blue, elle n'a pas de chien. So ਪੜਿਆ ਨਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਹੁਣੇ ਜਦੋਂ negation ਆਈ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਦ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਦ elle n'a pas de chien. Right? So we eat the article and then we write the and then the name directly with negation. Elle n'a pas de chien. So ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਇੱਥੇ yellow, so ਇਹਦੇ ਚ ਤਾਂ ne pas ਇਕੱਠਾ ਆ ਗਿਆ, verb ਤਾਂ ਆਇਆ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਿੱਚ. So verb avoir ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿਚਾਲੇ ਆਊਗਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ auxiliary ਹੈਗਾ, ਜਿਹੜਾ verb ਹੈ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿਚਾਲੇ ਆਊਗਾ. So L ਕਿਉਂਕਿ it's a vowel, so ਬਣ ਜੂਗਾ ਆਪਾਂ we will do elision, that we will remove the and we will add an apostrophe, so ਬਣ ਜੂਗਾ elle n'a then pas de chien. So could be any name, right? Ram, Sham, Nador, Pa, Le, Roma. They're just the emperors, ancient emperors.
Can we wait for like 1-2 minutes? I want to join through PC.
Okay, for the next one, please. So I clicked already.
Okay.
Okay. So what was the twist here? वो कह रही है il travaille encore. So अभी भी वो काम कर रहा है. तो इसका निगेशन बनना था il ne travaille plus. वो पहले काम कर रहा था बट अब नहीं कर रहा. So that was a twist here because of encore. Encore means still. He works still. No, he doesn't work anymore. He stopped working. Il ne travaille plus. If you say il ne travaille pas, it means that he didn't work before as well. So if you say il ne travaille plus, that means he was working before, but he stopped working or he finished his work. So if the question was il travaille, then it would have been il travaille pas. Since the question is il travaille encore, he works still. The response will be il ne travaille plus. Jamais means, so il ne travaille jamais means he never worked, never works. That's not the case. And il ne travaille personne, so it doesn't fit here as well. So Gargi, are you good?
Just 1 second. I'm filling in the game pin.
किमें?
मैं को गेम पिन ही फिल कर रही हूँ.
कोई चक्कर नहीं, take your time, no problem.
Done.
Okay.
मौंद की ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸਵੇਰੇ
सारे मतलब और everybody, तुलमोंद इकट्ठे रहे.
ਤੂੰ ਕੋਨੇ ਤੁਲਾ ਮੌਂਦ ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਬਣੇ ਕੀ
You know everybody.
I don't know.
I don't know. So like मैं ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ, so we use person. I don't know anybody.
ਪਾ
So
ਦਾ
let's-
ਮਤਲਬ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਵੀਰੇ, ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਫਿਰ ਤੋਂ ਅਗਰ
ਪਾ je ne connais pas. I don't know.
ਪਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ, PAS ਪਾ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਅਗਰ
ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਉਹ ਸਟੈਂਡਰਡ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਖੀ ਉਹਦਾ ਮੀਨਿੰਗ ਕੀ ਬਣੂਗਾ?
Not ਇੱਕ ਕੱਲਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਇਹ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਨਾ ਪਾ, it means not. So it comes with negation like ne pas. So ne pas, it means not or nahi. So that's what it means. But ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ like a verb ਆਉਂਦਾ, so there is a verb inside it normally. So English, I don't like. So the verb is do. I don't love. The verb is like, right? So French, je n'aime pas. So English, it's before the verb, not, do not like. And in French, it's before and after. That's how we write it. But do नहीं आता French ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. So I don't know if I answer your question. Pa just means a negation, but it has to come with no to make it complete, and that's how it's used. And this is used for a thing or for person as well, but person specifically is used for people. Coming back to the example here, so tu connais tout le monde. So tout le monde in itself is tout le monde is equivalent to everybody, but it means, but it's a singular. It's a singular. It's a complete word. Tout le monde. It means everybody, but it's a singular. So tout le monde, you know, everybody. And the second thing that I want to tell you here is difference between connaître. I think I told you before as well. If you can remind me, connaître and savoir. So generally we used to say, if I know somebody, then we use connaître. Je connais cette personne. I know this person. So person is also a person in this sense. Okay. Je connais lui. Je lui connais. Je lui connais. But savoir is generally used to know about the things. Je sais comment faire. I know how to do it. So connaître is used to tell that I know this person or these people, but savoir is used to tell that I know these things. So that's a difference that we should know. That's what we should generally pay attention to. That was it. Any more questions, please? No? चलिए. The question was, est-ce que tu cuisines quelque chose? So do you cook something? No, je ne cuisine rien. I do not cook anything. Je ne cuisine rien. Means nothing. ਥੋੜਾ ਔਖਾ ਸੀਗਾ। ਸੋ ਸਿੰਪਲ ਇਹਦੇ ਸੀਗਾ ਵੀ ਬਾਕੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਫਸਟ ਚ ਨੇ ਮਿਸਿੰਗ ਹੈਗਾ, ਜਨ ਨੇ ਮਿਸਿੰਗ ਰੈਡ ਚ, ਜਨ ਇੱਥੇ ਚ ਪਾ ਮਿਸਿੰਗ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪਜਾਮੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਮਿਸਿੰਗ ਹੈ। ਥਰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਆ, ਦੇ ਕੈਨ ਨਾਟ ਕਮ ਟੂਗੇਦਰ, ਸੋ ਵਰ ਬਾਅਦ ਚੋਂ ਆ। ਸੋ ਫੋਰਥ ਵਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗ੍ਰੀਨ ਹੈ, je ne fais jamais mes devoirs après l'école। ਸੋ ਪੁੱਛ ਰਹੇ ਕਿ ਵੀ je fais toujours mes devoirs après l'école, I always do my homework after school। तो कह रहे हैं कि je ne fais jamais mes devoirs après l'école। Question?
No, okay.
Okay, good. Hidden. So if I were to say, est-ce que tu as compris maintenant? If I were to say like that, so what have you understood now? Have you understood now? Then est-ce que tu comprends? So then the response could have been je ne comprends plus. So est-ce que tu comprends maintenant? No, je ne comprends plus. Before I was understanding, but now not anymore. So here the question is, est-ce que tu comprends quelque chose? Comprends quelque chose. So do you understand something? So the response would be je ne comprends rien. So I understand nothing. I understood nothing. Je ne comprends rien. So ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ, it's a bit advanced। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ डिफरेंस कर सके है कोई गल नहीं, बट एक तो समझ लो कि आपा वी कैन नेगेट द थिंग इन मेनी डिफरेंट वेज।
मेरे को एक चीज में दिक्कत हो रही थी पहले, अब नहीं, क्योंकि एस थे क्यू मेरे दिमाग में चल रहा था इट इज, फिर मैं क्या नहीं एस थे क्यू टू, क्योंकि वहां पे तू आ गया या फिर पर्सन आ गया तो वो हो जाएगा डू यू।
ओके
राइट, मेरे को बस सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर में ही थोड़ा लाइक पढ़ने में दिक्कत हो रही है, बट ठीक हो जाएगा।
So ask, generally ask आपको रट्टा रट्टा लगा लो ask का। So if you want to ask a question, so you have to put ask before that, just for this little thing। So rest is same, right? Tu comprends maintenant?
Yeah.
You should,
बट
you
उसी
understand?
एस क्यू अगर अद्दा ही लिखो तो इट इज बन गया ना। est que, not qui. Est
Okay.
without qui.
Okay, but to see, well, I think I was googling it. I think, but if I go by my logic, so ask means do you do just do.
Yeah, do बनेगा ना.
If I go by logic, uh, just do.
नहीं मैं की नहीं ऐड कर रहा उससे. Just est.
ask do बना.
Yeah. की लगाओ तो do बन जाता है. वही मैं कह रहा ना. की
नहीं.
लग के तो do बन गया, right?
नहीं की नहीं देखो कि एकदम ही मतलब ना फॉर्मेशन ही है ऐसे ही, मतलब जैसे इलिया, जैसे फॉर्मल इलिया. लेट्स जस्ट आस्क चैट जीपीटी. मैंने थोड़ा सा डाउट है फोन पर, बट मैंने कुछ हैगा तो क्लियर है, बट मैं शायद perhaps I give you better explanation of what I want to say. बड़ी तगड़ी एक्सप्लेनेशन मिली है, सबको नहीं देखते हैं अपन. सो पहले तो हम कह रहे हैं कि भी ask, ठीक है. So formulation interrogative, just to ask, formula interrogative just to ask the question, right? You just put pose in cast जो उधर मैं क्या firme. So if you know that there are two types of questions, one is question ferme, दूसरी में question ouverte. So question ferme, we definitely want to have a response, but second one is question ouverte. So okay, ask, so ask que tu vas me parler.
More interrogative.
Yeah, so that's closed question. You definitely want to have a reply, but if you're not sure that person will reply or not, then you tend to ask an open question. Il faut qu'on parle. So let's say you just got into touch with a new girl and you want to ask for a date. So you won't ask directly, let's go, do you want to come? So we just, so il faut qu'on aille. Il faut qu'on aille. So it means we will have to go. So it's a closed, it's a both double-ended question. It could be yes or no, but you don't deny risk. If you don't know that, you will get a response, right? So that's how we play. Il faut qu'on aille. Est-ce que tu vas me parler? So that's a closed question, but generally we tend to ask more open-ended questions, so the discussion is open both ways. Il faut qu'on aille. Why? Could be any reason, right? So there is a hidden reason before that, behind that, and that you would want to discuss, but just like that. So that's ask is generally used to ask a closed question. Okay, ask chuba my deeds of the play, because when we tend to be beginners, we just ask what is this, what is that, right? So it's what kind of in French, ask, just to ask the closed questions. Okay, so it we can also pose a question, as you know, that by inversing the subject and verb. So vas-tu me parler, vas-tu me parler, so that we can also use that formation, but then you don't have to write Est. But keep in mind that you have to write verb before the subject and you have to add a tradition before that. Okay. So what you may parle, that works fine. So that was the first case. So this is second case we already did. Now we're coming to the grammatical structure. So ask plus sujet verb complement. That's just they have detailed it. So it's ask formation, then subject, then verb, then complement. That's how we write it. Pas de négation après est. Okay, so what they are telling is, so they are questioning us that do not use a negation after est. So if I were to say est que tu ne viens pas, it doesn't work. So it won't work. Est-ce que tu ne, we don't say that. We just say est-ce que tu viens. So that is another utility.
Via matlab you saw, like
Viens to we need to come.
to come. Will you come?
Yeah, will you come? So even if the response is in a negative way, that we don't know that the person is not willing to come, but we cannot pose it to ne viens pas. Even if the person is not, we know that person is not coming, right? So we will not use the negation here with ask. So that's the point to be kept into consideration. That point that you should keep into consideration. We should keep in mind. And yeah, that ask. As qu'est-ce. So if we want to ask the question, so that if we add just que in front of that, that becomes qu'est-ce. So ask if we add just que before that, that becomes a question. That becomes what? Qu'est-ce que tu manges? What do you eat? Just by adding que apostrophe que, because here starts with a vowel, so it has to be que qu'est-ce que. So it means what? And okay, so they're just saying that when we speak to somebody, we tend to use "est que tu sais," but when we write it, we do the inversion. So that's something not important. So that was all about ask. So I will send you this PDF so that you might have a look at it. But simply keep in mind that ask has not much importance according to me. It's just is equal to question mark. Not even two. But if you add que in front of that, casque, that then it becomes what? What? That's it. That's all about casque. Rest is not important. Coming back to our activity. So, Mari aide tu. Mari n'aide personne. So Mari Mari helps everybody. So it's verb a they. Mari doesn't help nobody. Mari Ne+personne.
ये बना ऐसे कि
Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un? Is there somebody?
is there somebody?
No, il y a personne. So est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un?
So jamais के थे use होगा.
Jamais we use it. Never.
Oh,
Just for
I
things.
never
like,
did it.
I never did it. Yeah, I never did that.
Got it. समझ आ गई, पास समझ आ गई, जामे समझ आ गई.
Clue समझ
मतलब
आ
समझ
गया.
आ गई कि पर्सनल की यूज करना है, ऑब्जेक्ट नल की यूज करना है.
Exactly. Object नल देना है.
You did something like कल के chose, then I would have write nothing, that was the rien.
Yeah. Kal ki shows.
Yeah, कल के chose.
Kal ki shows. Yeah. So Kalkan and Kal ki shows.
Dad, but no, Noel full game की थी.
Père Noël is Santa Claus. Okay, the question is, je crois encore au Père Noël. I still believe still in Santa Claus. That Santa Claus will come and give me gifts and stuff like that. So I still believe in that. So the response is, je ne crois pas. Je ne crois plus.
Blue cube.
Plus means not anymore.
Oh, more, not anymore.
Not
Okay,
anymore.
okay, got
So
it.
because the here is still encore means still.
Yeah.
So iska aega bhi, I used to do that, but not anymore.
वो सेंस नहीं बनेगी je ne crois pas. Oh God, I do not.
I don't believe in that. So
वो भी ठीक है अपनी सेंस में, but ये ज्यादा स्ट्रेस बना रहा है.
It जो क्वेश्चन है ना हमारा encore, अगर इसमें encore ना होता तो दोनों आंसर सही थे. तो
अगर कोई कहता do you believe in Santa Claus, then I was like je ne crois pas.
Yeah,
पा फिर ठीक रहता, but you still believe in it, so you go blue.
exactly, got it right now. Absolutely.
समझदार हो रहे हैं.
Absolutely.
If want to hockey, do you play hockey?
मेरा गेम पे चला गया, ये भी करना सी.
कोई गल नहीं, ये थोड़ा सीगा दे verb is fair. Okay, so il is the troisième personne du pluriel. Ils faire, ils font du hockey. So hockey is a national sport of Canada, if you might know. So Quebecers love that, and ice hockey. And answer है क्योंकि negation है, il ne faut pas d'hockey. Silent होगा. So that's how it's formed. Il ne faut pas. The. So when negation comes, so you have to write it with the. You have to eat the article, right? To remove the article, or you can say eat it, and then whatever comes rest, the plus the name.
Do
Exactly.
hockey हो गया क्योंकि वो.
It's masculine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's ils font du hockey. this base here il font de le hockey.
Mhm.
So it becomes du hockey because hockey is masculine.
Mm.
So but ਹੁਣ negation ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਤਾਂ negation ਦੇ ਨਾਲ article ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋता. So the रहेगा अकेला. Il ne faut pas de hockey.
अच्छा जब नेगेटिव हो जाता है फिर वो
The like we studied before in partitives, right?
Mhm.
So that's the same here. So I'm going to give you that example quickly here with partitives that we did. Let me see if I can find that. I'll find it out. I can send you link today so that you can revise it. The partitives ਆਪਾਂ ਪੜਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ so all the partitives, so that's quantity verbs.
yeah the negative
ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਦ ਲਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਸੋ ਸੇਮ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਪਾਰਟੀਟਿਵਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਸੇਮ ਆਪਣਾ ਇਹ ਚ ਵੀ ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਬਟ ਵੀ ਵਿਲ ਡੂ ਦੈਟ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਨਾਟ ਡਨ ਦੈਟ ਇਨ ਕਲਾਸ ਬਟ ਵੀ ਵਿਲ ਡੂ
आर्टिकल्स क्योंकि हॉकी एच साइलेंट ਹੁੰਦਾ ਰਾਈਟ
ਐਗਜ਼ੈਕਟਲੀ
ਤੇ ਉਹ ਡਿਊ ਲਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਲਾਈਕ ਵੋਵਲ ਹੈ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਦੂਜੇ ਉਹ ਮੈਸਕੁਲਿਨ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਡੂ ਆਏਗਾ
ਇਹ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਹੁਣ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਡਾਊਟ ਥੋੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਵੀ ਔਕੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਔਕੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ is it silent or not? So it's masculine, right? It's masculine. Jouer the hockey. So ਫਿਰ ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਐਚ ਇਹਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ jouer the hockey. So H is not silent. H is not muet. So we speak H. Hockey. So jouer the hockey. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਿਖ ਲਓ hockey ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ H is not silent. So H aspire. So we tend to pronounce H here. Hockey. Hockey. So if it's not silent, so ਇੱਥੇ example ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਵਾ il ne faut pas de hockey. Right? So if it were silent, so मैं next ਦੂਜਾ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਬਤਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੇ ਚ if it were silent, so ਇੱਥੇ ਹੋਣਾ ਸੀਗਾ il ne faut pas de apostrophe hockey. But we tend to pronounce this H. It acts as a consonant. Okay, ji? So that was all little practice. Bon chance. Bon chance, bon chance.
La mange.
J'ai mangé. So ਬੜੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਯਾਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਹ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਹੋਰ ਇੱਕ ਦੀ
I think yeah negative ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਸ ਟੌਪਿਕ ਤੇ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕਰ ਹੀ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ
ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵ ਤਾਂ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵ ਤਾਂ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੱਗੀ ਆ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਦੀ ਨਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਬਣਾਈਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਕਾਹੂਤ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਕਲਾਸਿਕ ਆ ਇਨਪਰਫੈਕਟ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਨਾਟ ਟੱਚਡ ਦੈਟ we have not done that ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਐਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਾਂ ਖਤਮ ਕਰ ਲਿਓ last week we started this week I think we started verbs but we didn't finish that completely so if you say that we can finish that उसके बाद ये थक गया ਅੱਜ ਹੁਣ ਅੱਜ तो ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ capacity so ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਸੀਗੇ let me just go back so Gargi I think you missed these yesterday a quick revision so after you went, we did practice time in French. So quel temps fait-il? Il fait beau, mauvais. So that's weather. But quelle heure est-il? So, il est 23:37. So 23 and 37. 37. Okay. So il est midi moins quart. So this one, 11:45, il est midi moins quart. It's 12 minus 15. It's 11:45. So il est midi moins this is 11:50. So 12 minus 10. So il est midi this, so it's 12:10. Il est 6h30, it's 6:30. 6h30. So il est 10h15, it's 10:15. So generally we used to use car for it's quarter, right? Quarter in English. And but we also have can say these are cans, they are totally fine. Up to you. You can use any from these. Cans is a mathematical number that we have used there, but so you can use car or cans, totally fine. So then we practiced moi. So il est so minus, right? In English minus. Il est 8h moins 26. 8h moins 26. So that comes to be 7h34. So il est 8h moins quart. So 8 minus 15. Then we practice plus. Il est 8h plus this. Il est 8h15 du soir. Or il est 20h15. We also discussed that. So francophones, they tend to use a train time. So instead of saying that 8h15 du soir, they say 20h15 directly. And then you do the math in your head. So demi, we did before, 9h30, 9h30. And we pronounce it as so a demi, that's how we write it, but we pronounce it as enemy pronunciation. इकट्ठा होगा enemy pronunciation. So that's how we pronounce it. And yeah, that was all that we did after that. And we didn't finish this activity, guys. कितने नॉर्मल Okay. So we have seen up till so we have seen the present tense, imperative, and present progressive, and we have also seen the past tense. So I'm just trying to repeat it slowly so that you can grasp this topic, and this is really important. Let's try to understand first the présent. Passé, futur, conditionnel. So let's try to break it. So these are the 4 major tenses that we have. But in the present tense, we have all indicators. Indicative. Then we have imperative for ordering something. Then we have the formation être en train de. That's equivalent to ing. And then the passé is passé composé. Lustre parfait. Imparfait. Passé récent. That's what we have. Futur, we have futur simple and futur antérieur. So guys, ਆਹੀ ਟੈਂਸਿਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ, ਇਹ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਕੋਈ ਟੈਂਸਿਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਉਂਦਾਗਾ, ਰਾਈਟ? ਇਹ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਟੈਂਸਿਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਉਂਦਾ। So we have studied that okay, let's take an example of pizza ou bien fromage. So we'll study the tenses with the help of fromage. And then we'll have a look at the video to understand it better. So l'indicative is just conjugating the present verb. Je mange le fromage. Je mange le fromage. So that's just conjugating the main verb, that's manger, with the subject, that's je. So l'imperative is giving an order to somebody. Mange le fromage. Mange le fromage. Or maybe you can say to your kid, or maybe in a familial setting, or to your friend, eat the cheese. So then comes être en train de. Je suis en train de manger le fromage. Guys, this was all about present tense. So this was all about present tense.
Yeah, ਇਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ
So I am
ਆਂਤਕਾਂ ਦੇ
en train de. So imperative ਹੁੰਦਾ like to give an order. Mange le fromage. ਪਹਿਲਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਵਾ just l'indicative, just conjugate first word, right? Je mange le fromage. ਹੁਣ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਪਾਸੇ ਦੀ, ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਵਾਂਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ। ਸੋ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਰਾਇਆ ਸੀ past, yeah, passé is past and future ਦੇਖੀ ਰਹੀ, future ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ future venir ਦੇ, so that was pending in the future. Okay, so if you know this, guys, you can easily conjugate the verb in whatever tense you want to say. Okay, so passé récent, I think we have done that with venir. Okay, so please help me with to make a sentence with venir.
with the passé récent.
Do you remember that we did exercise before that we use aller and venir de plus être en train de? So where we did not conjugate the main verb.
Je viens de manger.
Je viens de manger. Très bien. Je viens de manger le fromage. मैं हुने खाधी है चीज. Je viens de manger le fromage.
आले आएगा ना, हुने खाधी.
नहीं, हुने खा चुका, हुने past tense की गल कर रहे हैं, राइट? पास्ट
viens हो गया.
आले. So आले is your future.
Yeah.
alles for future right?
alles for future ਵਿਆਹ ਕੀ ਸੀਗਾ ਸਰ ਮੈਂ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ
ਵਿਆਹ is just I just ate
I just ate right
I just ate cheese je viens de manger le fromage ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਪਾਸੇ ਕੰਪੋਜ਼ੇ ਸੋ ਪਾਸੇ ਕੰਪੋਜ਼ੇ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਪਾਸੇ ਕੰਪੋਜ਼ੇ is past could be recent past could be yesterday could be day before yesterday could be a week so we use auxiliary avoir mostly but we tend to use être for 16 verbs but keep in mind that manger does not come in the list of 16 verbs that we use to conjugate that right so it becomes how can I write that in passive composite please
ਜਿਵੇਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਐਸਟ੍ਰੋਫੀ ਲਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ verb ਦੀ ਸੌਰੀ accent grave ਨਹੀਂ
accent aigu
ਲਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ verb ਦੇ ਨਾਲ
auxiliaire avoir ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਜਿਵੇਂ j'avais mangé
j'ai mangé le fromage très bien
ਆਪਾਂ ਲਿਸਟ ਬਣਾਈ ਸੀ ਪੂਰੀ
très bien so ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ so j'ai mangé le fromage I ate the cheese you can say yesterday but up to you if you don't want to say that's totally fine I ate the cheese yesterday j'ai mangé le fromage hier ठीक हो गया जी ਹੁਣ ਆ ਗਿਆ plus के parfait so plus के parfait ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਦੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ imperfect ਸੋ ਜਨਰਲੀ imperfect ਯੂਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਐਕਟੀਵਿਟੀ ਲੰਬੀ ਚੱਲੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਪਾਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੈਟਸ ਸੇ ਆਈ ਏਟ ਚੀਜ਼ ਐਵਰੀ ਡੇ ਵੈਨ ਆਈ ਵਾਸ ਅ ਕਿਡ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਲਾਈ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੌਕੀਨ ਸੀਗਾ ਛੋਟੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਲਾਈ ਖਾਣ ਦਾ ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦਾ je mangeais lorsque j'étais petit when I was a kid je mangeais le fromage tous les jours quand j'étais petit quand j'étais petit je mangeais le fromage tous les jours so that action continued for a long time could be some years quand j'étais petit when I was small je mangeais so that guys adverb you can ignore that but up to you totally so je mangeais le fromage tous les jours so verb is still manger je mangeais le fromage tous les jours the action continued for a long period of time another example je prenais l'autobus tous les jours pour aller à l'école. So I took the bus every single day to go to the school. Je prenais l'autobus tous les jours pour aller à l'école. ठीक है जी ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਇਹ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਆਇਆ ਇਹ manger imperfect so for instance ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੰਨਾ ਹੀ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਾਈਂਡ 'ਚ ਇੰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ action continued for a certain period of time in the past that's where we use this tense imperfect okay then comes pluscuparfait so let's say there are two events that happened in the past but one event was from the past that was long ago that happened long ago but other event that happened just some time before example I ate breakfast I missed the call from my father I missed my father's call I ate a breakfast before and I missed my father's call after. But both the events happened in the past. How would I say that in English, please? ਦੱਸੋ ਯਾਰ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਬਜੈਕਟ ਆ ਆ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈਲੋ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਔਖਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਮੈਂ
ਨਹੀਂ
ਮੈਂ ਕਿ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਡਰ ਗਏ ਆ ਸੋ ਦੱਸੋ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਆਊਗਾ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਪਲੂਸਕ ਪਰਫੇ
ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਮਤਲਬ
ਪਲੂਸਕ ਪਰਫੇ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਇਟਸ present perfect tense. How would I say that in English?
Looking perfect.
Plusque perfect. So plusque perfect. कर लिए कि ज्यादा जा रहा है उत्तों दी है फ्रेंच
सॉरी वो मेरा ड्रॉप हो गया
नो प्रॉब्लम सो plusque perfect ਦੱਸੋ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸ ਬਣਾਵਾਂਗੇ in English how would we make a sentence in English that's perfect tense in English
perfect tense yeah
plusque perfect
past perfect tense
yeah perfect in English yeah past perfect so how would we make a sentence in past perfect she had finished her homework before I arrived yes I had
run like for example मैं ये अवार्ड ਨਾਲ ਆਏਗਾ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਅਵਾਰਡ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ
ਜਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਥੋੜਾ ਸਮਝ ਲਈਏ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ ਰਾਈਟ ਤੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਸਮਝ ਲਈਏ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਆਪ ਕੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਪੜਨ ਲੱਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਲੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ she had finished her homework before I arrived
or she has finished eating her cheese before I
arrived yeah she has finished her cheese
eating her cheese finish eating her cheese
before I arrived so दोनों action past both the actions happened in the past but finished eating her cheese is the action that happened before
yeah
so that plus parfait en français how we use that so we use auxiliaire avoir mais à l'imparfait so first of all we should know the l'imparfait of auxiliaire avoir and être so that's j'avais avait avons aviez avez okay so that we have to learn that j'avais so it should be small so I would say that elle avait déjà okay If you want to say that, fine. If not, it's already. Elle avait déjà mangé le fromage avant que je suis arrivé. So that was it. Both the happened. I also came and she ate cheese, but she ate cheese before I came. So that's where we use plus que parfait. So we use here this is avoir l'imparfait in the imperfect form. L'imparfait, so avoir. But normally when we use passé composé, then we use avoir as well. But in the passé composé, we just use the verb avoir in the present tense. That's j'ai, tu as, il a, nous avons, vous avez, il, ils ont. That's the avoir in the present tense. This one is avoir in l'imparfait. That's what we use to state plus que parfait. Elle avait déjà mangé le fromage avant que je suis arrivé. Now comes the future. Third and the last one. So that was all that we use. L'imparfait and plus que parfait. Then comes the future. Future, we have aller. So help me to make a sentence with aller, please. Demain, tomorrow, yes. Je vais. Chalo. Verb is manger and the thing is fromage. How will you make a sentence?
Demain is tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Tomorrow I will eat cheese.
In French.
Je vais manger.
Je vais manger.
Je vais manger le fromage.
Le fromage. Très bien. Demain, je vais manger le fromage. Tomorrow, I will eat cheese. Now comes future sample. So it's very easy. You have to just take the verb manger and add ai endings. We will do that, but for now, I'm just going to tell you. Demain, je mangerai le fromage. Tomorrow, I will eat the cheese. Demain, je mangerai le fromage.
Mangerai.
Mangerai. So this verb manger as this, and then the ending is ai that I added after the verb. So these are the endings that we tend to use: e, as, a, on, ons, z, and t. Let me check. Yes, exactly. So ONT. Okay, so you just write the verb as is, manger, and then you cram these endings, and then you can use these endings to say something in the future without using the verb aller. Then comes the future intérieur, that the past tense in the future. The passé dans le futur. So if I were to say, I will have eaten cheese by tomorrow evening. I will have done this by tomorrow evening. So that's the past tense, but in the future. So then we use future antérieur. Demain, j'aurais mangé, j'aurais mangé le fromage d'ici midi. Up till jusqu'à midi. Jusqu'au midi. Just go. So up till noon, I would have eaten the cheese. Futur antérieur. So tomorrow I would have eaten the cheese by this time. Past tense in the future. So that was all, guys. If you know these tenses, you know French. So nothing will come outside these tenses. So these 4 for the passé, 3 for the present, and this for the future, 3, and then 1 is conditional. That's just to politely ask. J'aimerais du fromage, s'il vous plaît. J'aimerais manger du fromage, s'il vous plaît. That's it. That's it. So you have to cram these endings. How you use them? I have specifically made a list of tables that I'm gonna give it to you so that you can practice. And this is very handy table. I would want that you make this. So you can refer to my favorite website that I love. You go here and then you click on irregular verbs first. Regular or irregular. And then you take one verb, let's say parler. Okay, and then you write in this table everything, what the root for conditional and the future. If you think that's advanced for you, you can just come to this table after that, maybe after next week. But before that, you can start learning, cramming the present of all the verbs, present tense by heart, and the past participle. First of all, these two. And then I will tell you that, like I told you before, so if you know the new form, it's very easy to make the imperfect. Just take the new form, parle, root of that, parle, and then you add these endings, and then becomes your imperfect. That's imperfect. That's used to tell that the action continued for a certain period in the past tense, in the past. So first of all, go through the regular verbs, and then you can go to the irregular verbs, and then you can cram them. So this is your homework for the weekend, guys. So try to practice them, make notes, take 3 different colored pencils or pen or markers, whatever you want to, green, pink, blue. So you write the root, write the ending, you write the base, past participle, so that you know if a word comes. So there is no other way, guys. You have to cram them. Then it will be fluid with time. So I'm gonna send you this table as well so that you look at it, and then we will work on that next week, perhaps. And that was all from my side for today. And if you have any questions, please feel free. I'm gonna stop the recording now.